everyone, and welcome to another episode of Driving Insights Podcast by M5 Management Services, where we cover ways for your fixed operations department to gain efficiency, customer retention, and long-term profitability. I'm your host, Tim Harkins, brand manager here at M5 Management Services, and on today's show, we'll talk about implementing extended service hours in dealerships. We'll explore the importance of customer retention, analyze supply and demand in service departments, evaluate market penetration, conduct customer surveys, research competition, and discuss various options for extending service hours, including modified work weeks, night shifts, and combined scheduling approaches. This will be a good one, so buckle up. You're listening to Driving Insights. Now, before we dive into today's episode, I've got some urgent news about the Complete Service Manager Workshop. Listen up because this is big. There are only 5 seats left. If you're a service manager looking to skyrocket your department's performance, this is your last chance. This 5-day intensive workshop led by industry guru Lee Harkins is a game changer. We're talking advanced financial strategies, cutting-edge logistical solutions, and customer experience tactics that'll set you apart. It's all hands-on, practical stuff you can implement the moment you get back to your dealership. But here's the kicker. With just 5 seats remaining, you need to act fast. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. This could be the career boost you've been waiting for. Head over to www.m5ms.com right now to snag one of the last spots. Pause this podcast if you have to. Click the banner at the top of the page for all the details, but whatever you do, don't wait. 5 seats, that's it. Make one of them yours before it's too late. Now on to the show. Customer retention has become the cornerstone of success in the automotive service industry, and it's something we preach on a daily basis at M5. And as dealerships face increasing challenges, keeping existing customers loyal has never been more crucial. The landscape has shifted dramatically, with improved vehicle quality and global competition reshaping the market. Dealerships that fail to prioritize customer retention risk losing their clientele to independent service providers and competing brands. The key to maintaining a strong customer base lies in understanding and meeting the evolving needs of vehicle owners. This means adapting to changing expectations, particularly in terms of convenience and accessibility. Dealerships must recognize that their traditional operating models may no longer suffice in a world where consumers have grown accustomed to on-demand services and flexible scheduling. To effectively retain customers, service departments need to reevaluate their entire approach. This includes examining operating hours, service offerings, and overall customer experience. By focusing on these areas, dealerships can create a service environment that not only meets but exceeds customer expectations, fostering long-term loyalty and repeat business. One of the most impactful ways to improve customer retention is by offering extended service hours. This approach addresses the growing demand for convenience and flexibility, allowing customers to schedule service appointments that fit their busy lives. Extended hours can take various forms, from early morning or late evening appointments to weekend availability. And by providing these options, dealerships demonstrate their commitment to customer satisfaction and set themselves apart from competitors who may still adhere to traditional business hours. However, implementing extended service hours is not without its challenges. It requires careful planning, strategic staffing decisions, and a willingness to adapt to new operational models. Dealerships absolutely must consider the impact on their employees, the potential for increased overhead costs, and the need for effective communication systems to ensure smooth operations across extended hours. The automotive industry has witnessed a remarkable improvement in vehicle quality over the past few decades. This progress has had a significant impact on the nature and frequency of service work required by modern vehicles. And as cars become more reliable and durable, the traditional service model that dealerships have relied upon for years is undergoing a substantial transformation. One of the most notable changes is the reduction in routine maintenance needs. Modern vehicles often have extended service intervals, with some models requiring oil changes only every 10,000 miles or more. This shift has led to a decrease in the number of routine service visits, which historically have been a staple of dealership service department revenue. Additionally, the increased reliability of vehicles has resulted in fewer unexpected repairs. While this undoubtedly is beneficial for vehicle owners, it presents a challenge for service departments that have traditionally relied on repair work as a significant source of income. The decline in frequent, minor repairs means that service departments must adapt their strategies to maintain profitability and relevance. However, these changes in vehicle quality have also created new opportunities for service departments. As vehicles become more technologically advanced, they require specialized knowledge and equipment for proper maintenance and repair. This complexity offers dealerships a chance to position themselves as experts in handling sophisticated vehicle systems, potentially setting themselves apart from independent service providers who may lack the necessary resources or training. The shift towards electric and hybrid vehicles is another factor reshaping the service landscape. These vehicles have different maintenance requirements compared to traditional internal combustion engines, often needing less frequent service, but requiring specialized skills and equipment when they do need attention. Service departments that invest in training and equipment for these new technologies can capitalize on this growing market segment. To adapt to these changes, service departments must focus on providing value-added services that go beyond basic maintenance. This could include offering comprehensive vehicle health checks, providing detailed explanations of complex systems to customers, and emphasizing preventative maintenance to help vehicle owners avoid costly repairs down the line. Now, the automotive service industry is not immune to the broader trend of consumers seeking greater convenience in all aspects of their lives. This shift in consumer behavior is reshaping expectations for how, when, and where vehicle services are provided. Dealerships that recognize and respond to this demand for convenience are better positioned to retain customers and attract new ones in an increasingly competitive market. Convenience, as we've discussed before in automotive services, encompasses several aspects. First and foremost is the issue of timing. Traditional service hours that align with standard business hours are no longer sufficient for many customers. People with busy work schedules, family commitments, or other obligations often find it challenging to bring their vehicles in for service during these times. As a result, there's a growing demand for extended service hours, including early mornings, evenings, and weekends. Another aspect of convenience is the ease of scheduling and communication. Customers now expect to be able to book appointments online, receive reminders via text message or email, and have access to real-time updates or the status of their vehicle's service. Dealerships that offer these digital conveniences can significantly enhance the customer experience and streamline their operations. The concept of convenience also extends to the service experience itself. Customers appreciate options such as loaner vehicles, shuttle services, or mobile servicing that can minimize disruption to their daily routines. Some dealerships have even begun offering pickup and drop-off services, where a staff member collects the customer's vehicle from their home or workplace, completes the service, and returns it, all without the customer needing to visit the dealership. In response to this demand for convenience, many dealerships are rethinking their entire service model. This might involve redesigning their physical spaces to create more efficient workflows, investing in technology to improve communication and scheduling, or training staff to provide a more customer-centric experience. It's important to note that convenience doesn't necessarily mean sacrificing quality or personalization. In fact, by streamlining certain aspects of the service process, dealerships can free up resources to focus on providing more personalized attention to each customer's needs. This could involve offering detailed explanations of service recommendations, providing preventative maintenance advice, or simply taking the time to understand each customer's unique situation and preferences. A critical step in optimizing your service department's operations is conducting a thorough analysis of supply and demand. This process involves examining your current capacity to provide services or supply against the volume of service requests from customers, which is the demand. Understanding this balance is crucial for making informed decisions about staffing, scheduling, and potentially extending service hours. So, to begin this analysis, start by reviewing your service department's historical data. Look at patterns in service requests over time, including daily, weekly, and seasonal fluctuations. This information can help you identify peak periods when demand is highest, as well as slower times when your resources might be underutilized. Next, assess your current capacity to meet this demand. Consider factors such as the number of service bays, the size and skill level of your technician team, and the availability of necessary equipment and parts. It's important to evaluate not just your total capacity, but also how effectively you're utilizing it. Are there inefficiencies in your process that are limiting your ability to meet demand? One key metric to examine is your appointment booking lead time. If customers consistently need to wait several days or even weeks for a service appointment, it's a crystal clear indicator that demand is outstripping your current capacity. On the other hand, if you have numerous empty service bays or technicians with idle time, you may be dealing with excess capacity or inefficient scheduling. Another important aspect to consider is the mix of services you're providing. Are you seeing a shift in the types of services customers are requesting? For example, are you experiencing an increase in demand for complex diagnostic work or services related to new technologies like hybrid or electric vehicles? Understanding these trends can help you make decisions about technician training and equipment investments. It's also valuable to look at your customer demographics and their service preferences. Are you seeing increased requests for early morning, evening, or weekend appointments? This could indicate a need to adjust your service hours to better align with customer demand. When analyzing supply and demand, don't forget to consider external factors that might impact your service department. These could include changes in local competition, shifts in the local economy, or even broader trends in vehicle ownership and usage patterns. Based on this analysis, you can start to identify areas where supply and demand are misaligned. Perhaps you're consistently overbooked during certain times of the day or week, while other periods are underutilized. This information can guide decisions about staffing levels, technician schedules, and potentially extending service hours. Assessing your service market penetration is a crucial step in understanding your dealership's performance and identifying opportunities for growth. This evaluation involves determining what percentage of potential customers in your market area are actually using your service department. By gaining a clear picture of your market penetration, you can make informed decisions about strategies to attract new customers and retain existing ones. To begin this evaluation, you'll need to gather data from two primary sources. First, you'll need to know the number of total vehicles in your market area that are potential candidates for your services. This typically includes vehicles of the brands you service that are under a certain age, often 5 years or newer. This information can often be obtained from your manufacturer or from third-party market research firms. The second piece of data you'll need is the number of unique vehicles that have visited your service department over the past 12 months. This information should be available from your DMS. It's important to focus on unique vehicles rather than total service visits, as this gives you a more accurate picture of your customer base. Once you have these two numbers, calculating your service market penetration is pretty straightforward. Divide the number of unique vehicles serviced by the total number of potential vehicles in your service market. For example, if there's 10,000 eligible vehicles in your area and you've serviced 3,000 unique vehicles in the past year, your market penetration would be 30%. Understanding your market penetration rate is valuable, but it's even more useful when you put it into context. Compare your rate to industry benchmarks or manufacturer targets. Many manufacturers consider a 50% or higher penetration rate to be a good performance, but this can vary depending on your specific market and brand. Now, if you're unsure about how to interpret your market penetration data or need help gathering this information, our team at M5 can provide guidance tailored to your dealership's unique situation. Now, if your penetration rate is lower than desired, it's time to dig deeper to understand why. Are customers choosing independent service providers over your dealership? Are they unaware of the services you offer? Or are there barriers such as inconvenient hours or perceived high costs that are keeping them away? It's also important to look at trends in your market penetration over time. Is it increasing, decreasing, or remaining stable? Understanding these trends can help you identify whether your current strategies are effective or if you need to make changes. Remember that market penetration isn't just about attracting new customers, it's also about retaining existing ones. Look at how many of your customers return for subsequent services. A high initial penetration rate won't mean much if your customers aren't coming back. Based on your findings, you can start to develop strategies to improve your market penetration. This might involve marketing campaigns to raise awareness of your services, implementing customer retention programs, or adjusting your service offerings to better meet customer needs. One key strategy that often emerges from this analysis is the need for extended service hours to accommodate customers who find it difficult to bring their vehicles in during traditional business hours. To truly align your service department with customer expectations, it's essential to go straight to the source, your customers. Conducting well-designed surveys can provide invaluable insights into customer needs, preferences, and pain points. This information can guide decision-making about service hours, offerings, and overall customer experience improvements. When designing your survey, focus on questions that will provide actionable insights. Start with basic demographic information to help you segment your responses, but quickly move on to questions about their service experiences and preferences. Ask about their satisfaction with current service hours, whether they've ever been unable to schedule a service due to timing conflicts, and what hours would be most convenient for them. Consider including questions about their overall service experience. Are they satisfied with the quality of work? Do they feel the pricing is fair? How do they rate the communication from your service department? These questions can help you identify areas for improvement beyond just service hours. It's also valuable to ask about their service habits. How often do they typically bring their vehicle in for service? Do they always return to your dealership, or do they sometimes use other service providers? If they use other providers, what factors influence that decision? When conducting the survey, use a mix of methods to ensure you're reaching a representative sample of your customer base. Email surveys can be an efficient way to reach a large number of customers, but don't neglect other methods. Consider offering the survey to customers when they visit for service, or even conducting phone surveys for a more personal touch. To encourage participation, consider offering an incentive. This could be entry into a prize drawing or a small discount on their next service. Make sure to clearly communicate how long the survey will take and assure participants that their responses will be kept confidential. Once you've collected survey responses, take the time to analyze the results thoroughly. Look for patterns in the data. Are there certain groups of customers more likely to prefer extended service hours? Are there common themes in the feedback about your current service offerings? Pay particular attention to any discrepancies between what you think customers want and what they actually are saying. You might be surprised to find that assumptions you've been operating under aren't aligned with customer preferences. Use the survey results to inform your decision-making about service hours and other aspects of your operation. If a significant portion of your customers express interest in Saturday service, for example, that might be a clear indicator that extending your hours could be beneficial. Remember that conducting a survey is not a one-time event. Customer preferences and needs can change over time, so consider implementing regular surveys, perhaps annually or semi-annually, to stay in tune with your customer base. Are you feeling overwhelmed by the prospect of extending service hours? Our seasoned team is here to smooth out the transition. We'll help you craft the perfect schedule, maximize your team's potential, and turn those extra hours into a customer satisfaction goldmine. Want to see your service department thrive around the clock? Take the first step. Hop over to www.m5ms.com and fill out our free consultation form. Your 24/7 success story starts here. Now back to the show. Understanding your competition is a crucial aspect of optimizing your service department's operations. A thorough competitive analysis can provide valuable insights into industry trends, customer expectations, and potential areas for differentiation. When it comes to service hours specifically, knowing what your competitors are offering can help you make informed decisions about whether and how to extend your own hours. Begin your research by identifying your main competitors. These will likely include other dealerships in your area, especially those selling the same or similar vehicle brands. However, don't overlook independent service providers and national chains, as these often compete for the same customer base, particularly for routine maintenance and minor repairs. Once you've identified your competitors, gather information about their service hours. This data is often readily available on their websites or Google or through a simple phone call. Pay attention to not just their regular weekday hours, but also whether they offer evening, weekend, or early morning appointments. Some service providers may even offer 24/7 service for emergencies. As you collect this information, look for the patterns. Are most of your competitors sticking to traditional business hours, or is there a trend toward extended hours? If you notice that several competitors are offering Saturday service, for example, this could indicate a market demand that you might want to consider meeting. Don't stop at just collecting schedule information as well. Try to assess how busy your competitors are during their extended hours. This might involve some creative research, such as driving by their locations during these times or asking friends or family members who have used their services. If you notice that a competitor's parking lot is consistently full on Saturdays, it's a strong indicator that there's significant demand for weekend service in your area. It's also worth investigating whether your competitors are promoting their extended hours as a key selling point. Are they featuring this information prominently in their advertising or on their websites? If so, it suggests that they see their extended hours as a competitive advantage. Remember that your goal isn't necessarily to match your competitors hour for hour. Instead, use this information to identify potential gaps in the market. Perhaps none of your competitors are offering early morning drop-off options, which could be an opportunity for you to differentiate your service. While researching your competition, also pay attention to any other unique service offerings they provide. Do they offer loaner cars, shuttle services, or mobile repair options? These services, combined with extended hours, can create a compelling value proposition for customers. Lastly, don't forget to consider the pricing strategies of your competitors, especially during extended hours. Some service providers charge premium rates for evening or weekend appointments, while others maintain consistent pricing. Understanding these practices can help you develop a competitive pricing strategy if you decide to extend your hours. Extending service hours doesn't necessarily mean completely overhauling your existing work schedules. There are several strategies you can employ to offer extended hours while maintaining your current work week structure. These options can provide a good starting point for dealerships looking to improve customer convenience without making drastic changes to their operations. One straightforward approach is to stagger your staff's start and end times. Instead of having all of your technicians work from, say, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., you could have some start at 7 a.m. and finish at 4 p.m., while others work from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. This simple adjustment can extend your service hours from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. without requiring any individual employee to work longer days. This approach works well for dealerships that want to accommodate early morning drop-offs or evening pickups. Another option is to implement a rotating schedule for Saturday service. In this model, a portion of your staff works each Saturday on a rotating basis. For example, in a team of 12 technicians, you might have 3 work each Saturday, with each technician working one Saturday every 4 weeks. This allows you to offer weekend service without requiring your entire staff to work every weekend. To compensate, the technicians who work Saturday could have a day off during the following week. Some dealerships have found success with a split shift model. In this approach, one group of employees works a morning shift, like 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., while another group works an afternoon or evening shift, maybe 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. This can effectively double your service hours without extending individual work weeks. However, it's important to ensure that you have the right mix of skills and experience on each shift. If you're not ready to commit to regular extended hours, you might consider offering extended hours on specific days of the week. For example, you could have late night Thursdays where your service department stays open until 8 p.m. This can be a good way to test the demand for extended hours in your market. Another approach is to offer a quick service lane for extended hours. This lane could handle simple services like oil changes, tire rotations, and basic maintenance checks during extended hours. This allows you to offer convenient service times for common maintenance tasks without needing to staff your entire service department during these extended hours. Some dealerships have experimented with a continuous service model where the service department operates shifts to provide 24/7 service. While this is a more extreme option, it can be effective in certain markets, particularly in areas with a high concentration of shift workers or cities that never sleep. When implementing any of these extended hour options, it's crucial to consider the impact on your support staff as well. You'll need to ensure that you have appropriate coverage for service advisors, parts department staff, and potentially cashiers during these extended hours. It's also important to think about how you'll communicate these extended hours to your customers. Clear signage, updates to your website and social media channels, and direct communication with your customer base can help ensure that people are aware of and take advantage of your new service hours. Remember, the goal of extending hours is to better serve your customers and increase your service department's productivity. Regularly review the performance and utilization of your extended hours to ensure they're meeting these objectives. Be prepared to adjust your approach based on customer feedback and operational results. Implementing a night shift or double shift system can significantly expand your service department's capacity and offer customers greater flexibility. This approach involves more substantial changes to your operations compared to simply extending hours, but it can yield significant benefits in terms of customer satisfaction and service department productivity. A night shift typically operates after regular business hours, often from early evening until early morning. This shift can be particularly effective for handling internal work such as pre-delivery inspections on new vehicles, used car reconditioning, and warranty work. By moving these tasks to the night shift, you free up daytime capacity for customer pay work, which often generates higher profit margins. One of the main advantages of a night shift is improved facility utilization. Your service bays and equipment, which would otherwise sit idle overnight, are put to productive use. This can be especially beneficial if your dealership faces space constraints during regular hours. When implementing a night shift, it's crucial to have clear processes for communication between shifts. Night shift technicians need to be able to effectively hand over unfinished work or communicate important information to the day shift. This might involve implementing a digital system for work orders and notes, or scheduling brief overlap periods between shifts for direct communication. A double shift system, on the other hand, involves running 2 full shifts back to back, effectively doubling your service hours. For example, you might have one shift from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and another from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. This approach can dramatically increase your service capacity and offer customers a wide range of appointment times. One challenge with a double shift system is ensuring that you have a balanced mix of skills and experience on both shifts. You'll need experienced technicians, service advisors, and support staff on each shift to handle any type of service work that comes in. When considering a night shift or double shift system, it's important to think about the implication for your parts department. You'll need to ensure that parts are available for night shift work, which might involve extending parts department hours or implementing a system for night shift technicians to access needed parts. Staffing these additional shifts can be both a challenge and an opportunity. While some employees may be resistant to working non-traditional hours, others may find these shifts appealing. Night or evening shifts can be attractive to employees who are pursuing education during the day or who have family responsibilities that make daytime work challenging. At M5, we've helped numerous dealerships navigate the transition to night or double shift systems, addressing staffing challenges and optimizing operational efficiency. Now, to attract and retain staff for these shifts, consider offering shift differentials, slightly higher pay rates for working less desirable hours. You might also find that offering these shifts allows you to tap into a pool of skilled technicians who are unable to work traditional daytime hours. Safety and security are important considerations when implementing night shifts. Ensure that your facility is well lit and secure, and consider implementing additional safety measures for employees working late hours. Customer communication is crucial when implementing a night or double shift system. Make sure your customers are aware of your extended hours and the types of services available during these times. You might find that certain customer segments, such as shift workers or busy professionals, are particularly appreciative of the option to bring their vehicles in during non-traditional hours. Remember that implementing a night or double shift system is a significant operational change. It's often best to start with a pilot program, perhaps running the new shift schedule for a few months to work out any kinks before fully committing to the change. One popular approach to extending service hours while maintaining employee satisfaction is the implementation of a 4x10 schedule with rotations. In this model, employees work 4 10-hour days each week instead of the traditional 5 8-hour days. This schedule can be particularly effective in service departments as it allows for extended daily hours and provides coverage for weekend service without requiring employees to work a full traditional work week plus weekends. The basic structure of a 4x10 schedule involves employees working 4 consecutive 10-hour days, followed by 3 days off. However, the real power of this schedule comes from how these shifts are rotated to provide comprehensive coverage throughout the week, including weekends. For example, you might have one group of employees work Monday through Thursday, another group work Tuesday through Friday, and a third group work Wednesday through Saturday. This rotation ensures that you have staff available 6 days a week while still giving each employee a 3-day weekend every week. One of the primary advantages of a 4x10 schedule is increased employee satisfaction. Many employees appreciate having an extra day off each week, which can lead to better work-life balance. The longer daily shifts can also reduce commute time over the course of a week, which is particularly beneficial in areas with heavy traffic. From an operational standpoint, the 4x10 schedule can lead to increased productivity. With longer shifts, technicians have more uninterrupted time to work on complex jobs, potentially reducing the number of partial repairs that need to be carried over to the next day. The overlapping schedules also ensure that there's always someone who's available in the middle of their work week, which can help maintain continuity and momentum in ongoing projects. Customer service can also benefit from this schedule. The extended daily hours make it easier for customers to drop off or pick up their vehicles before or after their own work hours. The Saturday coverage allows you to serve customers who find it difficult to bring in their vehicle during the week. However, implementing a 4x10 schedule does come with some challenges. The longer shifts can be physically demanding, especially for technicians engaged in hands-on work. It's important to ensure that proper breaks are scheduled and that the work environment is ergonomically sound to prevent fatigue and potential injuries. Another consideration is the potential for reduced coverage during shift changes. With fewer, longer shifts, you may have more dramatic swings in staffing levels throughout the day. Careful scheduling and potentially staggered start times can help mitigate this issue. When implementing a 4x10 schedule, it's crucial to involve your employees in the planning process. Some may be excited about the prospect of 3-day weekends, while others might prefer a more traditional schedule. Offering flexibility or a choice between different schedule options can help ensure employee buy-in. It's also important to consider the impact on your support staff. Service advisors, parts department employees, and administrative staff may need to adjust their schedules to align with the new technician schedules. This might involve creating a separate rotation for these roles or implementing split shifts to ensure adequate coverage. Remember that transitioning to a 4x10 schedule is a significant change that may require some adjustment time. Consider implementing the new schedule as a pilot program initially, gathering feedback from both employees and customers and being prepared to make adjustments as needed. Lastly, be sure to communicate the new schedule clearly to your customers. Highlight the extended hours and weekend availability as a benefit designed to make service more convenient for them. Clear communication can help ensure that customers take full advantage of your new, more flexible service hours. The 3x13 schedule, where employees work 3 13-hour shifts per week, is an innovative approach to extending service hours while providing employees with a compressed work week. This schedule has gained popularity in various industries, particularly in healthcare, and is now being adopted by some forward-thinking automotive service departments. In a typical 3x13 schedule, employees work 3 13-hour days and then have 4 days off. This rotation can be structured in various ways to ensure continuous coverage throughout the week. For example, one group might work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, while another group works Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This arrangement allows the service department to operate 6 days a week with extended daily hours, all while giving employees the benefit of a 4-day weekend every week. One of the primary advantages of the 3x13 schedule is the potential for improved work-life balance for employees. With 4 consecutive days off each week, technicians and other staff members have ample time for personal activities, family commitments, or even pursuing additional education or side projects. This can lead to increased job satisfaction and potentially lower turnover rates. From an operational standpoint, the 3x13 schedule can significantly enhance the service department's productivity and efficiency. The longer shifts allow technicians to complete complex repairs without having to hand off unfinished work at the end of a traditional 8-hour day. This continuity can lead to faster turnaround times and potentially higher quality work, as there's less risk of miscommunication or details being lost in the handover between shifts. The extended daily hours made possible by the 3x13 schedule can be a major selling point for customers. With the service department open for 13 hours a day, customers have much more flexibility in when they can drop off or pick up their vehicles. This can be particularly appealing to customers with non-traditional work schedules or those who find it difficult to visit during standard business hours. Additionally, the 3x13 schedule can lead to more efficient use of service bays and equipment. With longer operating hours each day, the service department can potentially handle more vehicles without needing to expand its physical space. This increased utilization of existing resources can contribute to improved profitability. However, implementing a 3x13 schedule is not without its challenges as well. The long shifts can be physically and mentally demanding, especially for technicians engaged in hands-on work. It's crucial to ensure that proper breaks are scheduled throughout the shift and that the work environment is designed to minimize fatigue and potential safety risks. Another consideration is the potential for reduced staffing during certain hours. With fewer shift changes throughout the day, there may be times when the service department is operating with minimal staff. Careful scheduling and potentially overlapping shifts can help address this issue. When considering a 3x13 schedule, it's important to think about how it will impact other departments within the dealership. Parts department hours may need to be extended to support the longer service hours, and administrative staff schedules may need to be adjusted to ensure proper support throughout the extended operating hours. Communication is key when implementing such a significant change to work schedules. Employees should be involved in the planning process and given ample time to adjust to the new schedule. Some employees may be excited about the prospect of longer shifts in exchange for more days off, while others may prefer a more traditional schedule. Offering a choice or a gradual transition period can help ensure employee buy-in. It's also crucial to communicate the new schedule clearly to customers. Highlight the extended hours as a benefit designed to make service more convenient for them. Consider running a marketing campaign to inform your customer base about the new, more flexible service hours. Remember that transitioning to a 3x13 schedule is a significant operational change. It's often wise to start with a pilot program, perhaps running the new schedule for a few months to work out any issues before fully committing to the change. During this pilot period, gather feedback from both employees and customers and be prepared to make adjustments as needed. While individual modified workweek schedules like 410s or 313s can offer significant benefits, some service departments find that combining different schedules provides the most comprehensive coverage and flexibility. This approach allows dealerships to tailor their staffing to meet varying demand throughout the week while still offering attractive schedule options to employees. One common combination is to blend a 4x10 schedule with a traditional 5x8 schedule. For example, some technicians might work 4 10-hour days Monday through Thursday or Tuesday through Friday, while others work a standard 5 8-hour day schedule. This combination allows for extended hours on weekends without requiring all staff to adapt to longer shifts. It also provides the flexibility to have more hands on deck during peak times, typically midweek. Another effective combination is to mix 3x13s with 4x10s. This arrangement can provide extensive coverage throughout the week, including weekends, while still giving all employees some form of compressed work week. For instance, one group might work 3 13-hour shifts, Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, while another group works 4 10-hour shifts Wednesday through Saturday. This combination can effectively cover a 6 or even 7-day work week with extended daily hours. Some dealerships have found success in implementing a weekend crew that works longer hours on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, combined with a Monday through Thursday crew working more traditional hours. This approach ensures robust weekend coverage, which is often in high demand, while maintaining strong staffing during the traditionally busy early week period. When combining different schedules, it's crucial to ensure that you have the right mix of skills and experience across all shifts. You don't want to end up with a situation where complex repairs can only be handled on certain days due to staffing limitations. Cross-training staff and carefully planning the skill distribution across shifts can help address this concern. One advantage of combining different schedules is the ability to offer employees choices. Some staff members may prefer the idea of longer shifts with more days off, while others might value the consistency of a more traditional schedule. By offering options, you can potentially improve employee satisfaction and retention. However, managing multiple schedule types can be complex from an administrative standpoint. It requires careful planning to ensure proper coverage at all times and to manage overtime effectively. Investing in robust scheduling software can be helpful in managing these more complex staffing arrangements. Communication becomes even more critical when implementing a mixed schedule system. Clear, consistent communication with both employees and customers about who is available when and what services can be performed at different times is essential to avoid confusion and ensure smooth operations. It's also important to consider how a mixed schedule system will impact other departments within the dealership. Parts department hours may need to be adjusted to support the various service schedules, and you'll need to ensure that you have appropriate administrative and management coverage across all operating hours. When implementing a mixed schedule system, start by analyzing your service department's historical data to identify peak demand times. This information can guide your decisions about how to allocate staff across different schedules. For example, if you consistently see high demand on Saturdays, you might want to weight your staff towards schedules that include weekend coverage. Remember that the goal of combining different schedules is to optimize your service department's performance while also meeting the needs of your employees and customers. Regularly review the effectiveness of your chosen schedule combination and be prepared to make adjustments based on feedback and performance metrics. Now, if you're considering implementing a mixed schedule system but aren't sure where to start, our consultants at M5 can help you analyze your data and develop a customized scheduling strategy that maximizes efficiency and customer satisfaction. It's often beneficial to implement these changes gradually. You might start by introducing one alternative schedule option alongside your traditional schedule, then gradually introduce other options as you learn what works best for your specific situation. Lastly, don't forget to promote your extended and flexible service hours to your customers. The ability to offer service at times that are convenient for a wide range of customers can be a significant competitive advantage. Make sure your marketing efforts highlight the increased accessibility and convenience that your new scheduling approach provides. By thoughtfully combining different modified workweek schedules, service departments can create a staffing strategy that maximizes operational efficiency, enhances customer satisfaction, and improves employee work-life balance. While it requires careful planning and management, the potential benefits in terms of extended service hours, improved customer convenience, and employee satisfaction can make it a worthwhile endeavor for many dealerships. Now, if you're a current service manager, fixed ops director, or even a general manager, you need Rose Plus, the game-changing repair order survey and evaluation software that delivers unparalleled financial visibility for your fixed operations. With seamless DMS integration, Rose Plus provides a 360-degree analytical view of your service department, enabling you to elevate service advisor excellence, make data-driven decisions, optimize advertising spend, spot hidden opportunities, and find that sweet spot for pricing. Visit www.m5ms.com to learn more and request a demo today by filling out the free consultation form. Now, before we go, it's time for this week's homework. We've created a comprehensive 10-point implementation guide for extended service hours in your dealership. It's available in the show notes and on our website, www.m5ms.com, under the Driving Insights section. You'll see the episode list and a link to download the guide. This detailed resource walks you through every step of the process, from analyzing your current operations to establishing a culture of continuous improvement. It's packed with pro tips, potential tripping points, and thought starters to help you navigate this significant change successfully. Whether you're just considering extended hours or ready to take the plunge, this guide will be an invaluable tool in your journey to enhance customer satisfaction and boost your service department's performance. So that's it for today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you for listening. I've been your host, Tim Harkins, brand manager here at M5 Management Services. As always, if you have any questions or topic suggestions, or may be interested in how M5 could help your fixed operations department, please contact us on our website, www.m5ms.com. Make sure to tune in next time, where we'll talk about more industry topics that will help drive your fixed operations department to increased efficiency, customer retention, and long-term profitability. Thank you, everyone. This has been Driving Insights.